on December 30th, 2013, and notice of this meeting was posted on the bulletin board of the municipal building.
Please rise for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Remember our troops abroad and their families here at home. Thank you. We have a special presentation by our Belmar Women's Club. If the council would join me on the dais.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a rule.
Well, that's at least on the first one. Ladies, anyone else coming up? More the merrier. Come on, ladies.
Throw those ladies up on. Turn that phone.
We're here tonight from the Belmar Women's Club. My name is Rita Dempsey, and we're representing the Women's Club. We have a community improvement committee, and we try to donate money every year to something that we feel is very valuable to the town. Franny is often a recipient of ours because we really feel that he does such great work here. So we're going to give him 2 checks tonight. One for one is for the first aid, which a lot of us have experienced the great work that the first aid has done. Whether we've had moms, dads, relatives, friends, people going to the beach, whatever. For some reason, we've always needed the first aid. And Franny and the boys are always there to help us out. So we really appreciate that. The second check is for $500 for Surfers Healing. And Surfers Healing is the autism that they celebrate every year on the beach for children who have autism. And it's just such a great thing if you've ever been there. If you haven't been there, I suggest you go and watch it on the day that they have it. A lot of us have also volunteered to work that day, so we've actually experienced it. And it's really one of the great things that Belmar does. These kids, it's first time they're in the ocean. So it's really great for them, it's great for us, and it's great for our town. So that's me. And then the other reason we're here is for the town. Each year now they've been doing Military Day, and they invite the military from every walks of the military to come to the beach and spend the day with their family and friends. So we'd like to donate $200.
Wow,
We really try to do our best, and our meeting place has been taken away. We used to meet at 5th Avenue Pavilion. So we're doing it at Town Hall, and we want to especially thank Brandel's because they've been so kind to us, and every Friday they've allowed us to come in and have our card parties and whatever. We really appreciate all the help he's given us. So as for that, have a good evening, everyone.
Thank you. They always have lots of money in the Belmar Women's Club. We don't ask where this comes from, by the way, ladies.
Can I just say something else to you? I want to bring it up. We're having our flower show. It's June 11th. It's $35 a person, and we're coming up on our 100th anniversary. So we decided to have it. We have to take it out of town this year. We used to try to have it in town, but this year we're going out to Doolin's. It's $35. It's on June 11th at 12 noon. If you have a favorite plant or flower in your yard, you can dig it up for the day, bring it on along, and you can enter it from 10 a.m. If not, come and enjoy lunch, and we will be judging, and we will be having a tricky tray. So please come and join us.
Thank you. We do have one proclamation. It's the National Primary Immunodeficiency Disease Awareness. Just going to give this to April to put into the record for tonight for our proclamation. Next is our public bid. This is for yoga at the 2nd Avenue Boardwalk. Is anyone here interested in bidding on yoga? Yoga. Billy Shipers, want to bid on some yoga?
Most things, not that one.
Tom Burke, yoga? Nothing. No one bids, and Mike Campbell will be performing yoga.
Downward dog.
Well, I guess we have no one who's interested in bidding for yoga. We will pass on the yoga then. Next are some workshop discussions. First one is going to be La Dolce Vita. This is an expansion of their existing liquor license. Nick, you want to come on up forward? I know you went before the planning board the other day and received the approval, or zoning board rather. Everyone knows where La Dolce Vita is, corner of 4th and Ocean. They're looking to expand their liquor license from the restaurant that's located at Nap into Crave and the rest of the building there. So,
Right.
why don't you state your name and business for the record?
Sure, Nick Fusilli, owner of La Dolce Vita and Crave on 400 and 408 Ocean Avenue.
If I could have them move over to me.
It's all yours.
For the record, Mayor and Council, William Schaefer, Champaign, Polonsky, Belmar, and New Brunswick. My pleasure this evening to address you as well on behalf of not only Nick Fusilli and his LLC member Giuseppe Sal Pietro and Fusel LLC, which is the LLC that they are the two principals thereof. And I'll proceed in whatever fashion you would direct, whether you want to take sworn testimony from Nick or presentation,
just
however you'd like to proceed.
sort of explanation of the expansion, what's existing there, and what you're looking to create.
Okay, in a summary fashion, Fusel LLC is the tenant and the liquor license holder of La Dolce Vita. That is the restaurant that I think everyone here is familiar with, which is on the corner of 4th and Ocean. And we know that it is a restaurant with a seasonal liquor license, and I think it's been a gem on the corner of our ocean front for several years. I think Nick and Joe have done a tremendous job, and has been a great shining star in the ocean for us to all enjoy. Nick, at the age of 22, took over the pizza establishment that was originally Three Brothers, which was the far fourth southern anchor store of that strip on the ocean. Over the ensuing years, that expanded to the next unit to the north. It has operated in that fashion over the course of the last several years. The opportunity has arisen over the last winter time that Fusel LLC has acquired leasehold rights to what pre-existed as the ice cream store, and then the summer, or I shouldn't say summer, but the sundry store, which was essentially a beach supply store with beach chairs, all types of sundries, towels, sunglasses, things of that nature. Those two businesses utilize not only the enclosures of the stores, but they operated business out to the property line on Ocean Avenue, as did his two-storefront pizzeria. Fusel LLC went before the Zoning Board of Adjustment, and with a unanimous 7-0 vote, their proposal was to utilize all four storefronts to continue the operation as a food establishment, but to attempt to establish an upscale Italian trattoria, so to speak. something that one might see along the Italian coast of Italy, something that would be an upgrade from even the upgrade that he did with Crave. I think Crave lit the fire of Nick and Sal to upgrade the pizza place, but as we all know, Nick has now resided on 4th in the Heisman home and residence for the last several years. I think Nick has really made the commitment to Belmar that this is his stake in life, both with Dolce and with the Oceanfront restaurant. You may recall with Sandy, a lot of us talked about the tables in Dolce were still set as if waiting for patrons and diners to still come back and dine. Not so fortunate with the pizza store, just a bit south, without protection of the wall that Dolce fortunately had. Boardwalk intruded, went right through the front of the store, and Nick had some problems there. Where others might have quit, cut, and ran, Nick ran the other way, and he and Joe decided we're going to be all in Belmar, and let's go forward, let's restore, let's rebuild, let's make it better than ever. So that's what they're doing, and that's why they're here this evening. What their intentions are, which they expressed at length with about a 4.5 hour hearing before the Zoning Board of Adjustment, is a wonderful project of beautification. Ms. Claudio had those plans and has those plans. I brought a rendering that I could also show the Mayor and Council. They're going to establish and continue the wall south on Ocean Avenue. They have a decorative wall and a decorative arch that complements the Dolce Vita arch. They have arbors and trellises with foliage above. Perhaps I can actually.
Just, Bill, just to show the
one
council.
towards the public.
Just focus on the.
Okay. They're going to continue their indoor dining as they have with exterior dining. The wall feature is to continue a demarcation between the public and the restaurant. It's also important, I think, for Fusel and Nick and Joe to also help contain a bit of the, what I call being a mariner, the flotsam and the jetsam that you get from a restaurant when the southeasterly winds fill in some of the debris, some of the napkins that may blow out of an establishment. The wall helps demarcate and keep those type of items in, things that might roll and cruise out of, let's say, a restaurant. So not only is it aesthetically pleasing and beautiful, it serves some functionality as well. It also serves the utmost protection, which they received during Sandy. And it's a wonderful protection feature, as Ms. Hearn testified during the Zoning Board of Adjustment hearing. So with that, they're looking to operate an expanded restaurant operation. And the theory being, it being literally one specific operation where when one comes, and obviously in a busy season, they have such a nice operation as with Dolce, they turn people away. People also are looking for perhaps some other alternative dining. They think they can complement and accommodate their patrons by having persons who want to come for more upscale, more fine dining, coming through their arches and making a right to La Dolce Vita. But perhaps if they have a few extra dollars or had a good week, they head for the white tables and maybe a little of the better wine. Perhaps a more thrifty weekend perhaps, or more people in town that they have to entertain, or they have the kids. They head left to the more informal trattoria where they're not dealing with the white tablecloths, and they have some Chianti and perhaps some Bellinis that Nick is thinking about as a theme in there, and a more relaxed, casual burratas, mozzarellas, things of that nature. But upscale casual dining as well.
You're making us very hungry.
No, I'm 104 down, that's what I'm focused on these days.
Are you sure this is Bill Shaver?
No,
it's his little brother.
It's his thinner little brother.
Look at that. Look
Yeah,
at
right.
that.
Yeah.
That hasn't shrunk.
Same head, you can't shrink the head. So with that, Nick has made application before this body for an expansion of the Fusel LLC seasonal license, and he's looking for approval for that. In my opinion, It is a place-to-place transfer. It is governed by Petrox Liquors, Inc. versus the Township Committee. The Township of Hillsborough, that case, both at the Township hearing, at the administrative hearing, and then through the appellate division, is a very clear framework as to what is appropriate and what is not appropriate for the expansion of a license. The golden rule, the third rail, so to speak, is the legislature and the courts tell us we're not looking to create separate and distinct establishments where we violate the two ownership rule. What we're not looking to do when we come before boards such as you is try to say we have an establishment here, an establishment over here, public roads going in between, no control of the two establishments, and you're taking a person with one license and letting that person manipulate it into holding 2 or 3 or more establishments within a borough, a city, or a town. But what is allowed is exactly what Fusel LLC wants to do, which is good businessmen doing good business within a good town, expanding operations. And that's what they're proposing to do. Salient points that I want to point out that if I swore Mr. Fusilli this evening, but I want to make my record, if I might indulge for one brief moment. Fusel LLC, the singular entity, will control and run both businesses. They are the tenant on both properties. They do not own either property, but they are long-term leaseholders of both properties. There are no separate, distinct corporations, individuals, or entities on separate leases. It's Fusel LLC, and Fusel LLC are made up of 2 members, Nick and his uncle, Sal and Nick. The physical setting, layout, construction of the 2 buildings, architecture, construction materials, coloring, are all similar, harmonious in nature, and form what appears to be one blended operation. Also important with the appellate division and reviewing courts, so that the public gets the impression this is a singular or operation that has a couple of components, but you're dealing with one set of management, perhaps one set of owners, not diverse owners or a chop shop of multiple restaurants or multiple ownerships. There's a connection between operations, and the courts stress that a patron, such as Miss Claudia, might like a Bellini at the Trattoria, and she could walk uninterrupted and say, I want lava cake at La Dolce Vita, and she can rise from her seat at the Trattoria and walk uninterrupted without crossing a public way, through a fair or uninterrupted into Dolce Vita, sit down and have her lovely lava cake. There are no interruptions of public rights of way, streets, thoroughfares, or crossings that are discouraged in the event someone is trying to establish multiple diverse locations. Operational aspects of the business, often viewed by reviewing boards such as yourself. Without delving too deeply in the business affairs, it is one corporation that is going to operate as one corporation for both. All of the workers in both restaurants are going to be employed by one corporation. Very important. They're all going to be on one payroll by one payroll service. All liquor is going to be ordered and delivered and supplied to one corporation. There will be all receipts and all credit cards will be run through one banking institution. All checks will go out from one banking institution. All the accoutrements of one distinct business, one operation. I could blow Bart and keep talking about minutiae for about another 20 minutes, but I think you get the point. I'm here for 20 minutes, or as long as you like, to answer any questions about business operation, physical plant, layout, corporate structure, hours of operation. Almost forgot. Almost identical hours of operation. Both businesses open for lunch and dinner. If the demand is there, perhaps the trattoria may open for a brunch, perhaps a little earlier for breakfast if I can convince him to do some Italian omelets or something of that nature for the early risers. But other than that, essentially the same hours of operation. I'm open for any questions the board may have, as is Nick.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think we're all pretty familiar with his restaurant. Nick's a fantastic operator. Does a great job. La Dolce Vita is a destination for people to come to Belmar to dine in. I think this is a very positive thing for Belmar, for him to expand the liquor license and to create. I think it's going to make the setting even better than it is today. So, you know, any questions or comments from the council?
Yes. I think it's great. Super, you do a great job. However, from First Avenue to Ninth Avenue, we don't have any place for beachgoers to go for like the typical beach food. Slice of pizza, sodas, pretzels, hot dogs, hamburgers, no sundries, no place to go buy a newspaper or something like that. People that come down to the beach, I mean, that's a good half mile. At the base of the bridge, we used to have Joe Hillman's wife's family's place, the luncheonette there. Kay's Corner, where you moved into. Then last year, you had your three brothers. You had pizza, and then you had the, I don't know, they didn't still call it the Neptune Treasure Chest, where they had the sundries. That was my first job there. I was like 10 years old. So now people, if they go to the beach and they want the typical hot dog, french fries, soda, I think I got them all the way up to like, 9th Avenue, 8th Avenue, 9th Avenue.
May I respond, Mr. Mayor?
Absolutely.
Well, believe me, I'm a hot dog eater. I enjoy my hot dog as much as you, I suspect. Economic viability, changing times, and probably because of all of your efforts and perhaps everyone in this room, Belmar Real Estate commands high rents, high economic return. You have to sell a lot of hot dogs, you have to sell a lot of papers to pay rents and stay in business. The sundry stores, the newspaper sellers, and what you've seen probably even down by 16th, right? Around Subway and those stores. They have to sell everything. They have to pack everything within storefronts to still try to scratch an existence. Look at down by 17th, the pizza place that's turned over time after time to buy that slice of pizza that you want to buy in the most compact, concentrated, youthful area of town, where you and I on Saturday, Sunday, on the sunniest weekends can barely drive up and down Ocean Avenue. Those pizza places turn over. The economic vitality is very difficult. We get, 8, 10, 12 good weekends that are washed out 3 or 4 times. It's very, very difficult for those small margin existing places to stay oceanfront. So I think perhaps the challenge of yourself and your council are going to figure out ways for either smaller vendors, veterans, perhaps smaller food carts or smaller trucks or smaller viable economic models to exist to fill those needs. But I don't think you're going to get the bigger stores to be able to pull those type of rents that are going to be able to stay viable. It's a changing economic time. We either have to change, or you're going to have non-development, you're going to have non-revitalization, and you're going to have people who can't fund beautification on your ocean front.
I can't argue with that. He owns it. He's entitled. It's great for Belmar, but I can just see where we're losing something for the beach goer. And I guess you're right. It's probably up to the council to try and come up with somehow to provide something for those people that want to send their kids up to buy a slice of pizzas. So I guess it's our problem. Yeah.
But we still have pizza and we still have burgers and we have cheesesteaks in the trattoria, and there'll be a menu that will accommodate the $10 menu, but
The one side's not going to change much. The walk-up side during the day, you're still going to be able to walk up and get a slice of pizza, soda, We won't have sundries, but you will be able to walk in and just get a slice of pizza off the beach.
You will be.
Yes,
And just
we'll
be-
probably go up to about 4 o'clock, and depending how it goes, you'll still be able to walk in and grab a sandwich, grab a wrap, grab a salad. What we're looking to do is to make it more of a destination place for the nighttime, similar to La Dolce Vita. We're looking for people to get in their cars and say, we want to go down to Ocean Avenue, have a great meal on the ocean. We've been doing this for years now. We're going on our 15th year at Belmar and on 4th Avenue. And we noticed that it's evolving. We're just trying to evolve with Belmar in general. We're noticing that you know, it's not anymore where you park your car, that's where you walk and have a slice of pizza. But people are actually coming here specifically to spend the day here. And sometimes they come to sit right in front of our place because they love the fact that they can walk up and grab a slice.
Do you think you can accommodate as many people as you did last year for the, let's say, I'll just refer to it as beach food?
I think, well, right now, the way the proposed plan is, the pizzeria really...
It looks too nice to just go there for a slice of pizza.
No, it's gonna, the interior left side is gonna stay exactly the same. What we're just looking to do is, on a cloudy day, or on a day like, let's say, where it's a little windy, is create an indoor dining area where we don't have to go out of business that day. So, right now, if it's a rainy day, we're done, because everything's outdoor seating. Pretty much, we have payroll, we have a large staff to accommodate the weekends, and without the inside dining room and without a space for people to just make it into a regular restaurant that you would come to, we're kind of dead in the water, like Billy said. Like right now, if it's a beautiful day, we do fantastic, but unfortunately, every day is not a beautiful day, so we're just trying to evolve.
Is there anything in the back? I mean, I know when John Saliga had the place, they used to eat back
The
there.
bathhouses are gone, I think, the saltwater baths that used to be back there. It's just a big dirt lot there. That we're also looking to clean up in the process of, when we do the renovation on Ocean Avenue, we spoke to zoning about creating an enclosed garbage area and just trying to take the opportunity to clean up the back a little more. Now that there's not 3 tenants making a mess, there's only 1 person responsible, so that'll give us an opportunity to keep the back, get it more in order.
Yeah, Nick raised a good point. The Board of Adjustment, with us, we agreed on a 4-sided enclosure for garbage, 3-sided being blocks, cinder block painted, 6 feet tall, with an enclosed gate, so all the garbage will be not only contained, but it will be out of sight. And I think much easier for Nick to operate, much more sightly for the
But to your point, we're still gonna have the daytime element.
I mean, because us Irish people need suntan lotion.
On the left side, Trattoria, I'll call it Jack's side after my 5-year-old son.
Okay.
I take him there. Is beach attire acceptable? Will it be
Absolutely.
that casual? Or-
Absolutely. We're looking to just make it more family friendly, to be honest with you. We want to create a place where if you're coming with, you know, 2-3 families get together from out of town and they say, yeah, we really don't want to go to, we want to have a nice meal, but we want to go somewhere a little more casual. We're just trying to create no white tablecloths, just, you know, still good food, still somewhere where you can sit and have a beautiful view, but just to make it where a little more affordable and a little more casual. But still in the same theme of what we do now, but just, looking to do that.
I think what Nick also wants to do, and I don't want to put too many words in Nick's mouth, but Nick and Joe, I think, are a very popular, sellable brand that people realize food is good, drink is good, service is good, and it's done by local proprietors that people know and they love. And I think Nick has now matured both from his 22-year days to, I guess he's now pushing 40. And he just got back from Italy, and I think Nick rediscovered some of his heritage, where he realizes that good food and good wine and good companionship and good family is so important. And I think that's what he's kind of looking to do with this, where you can sit, you can have a glass of wine, and have your pizza and your calamari, and you can look at the beautiful ocean under your umbrellas, under the trellis. You can bring your youngsters and the infants, and it's just a wonderful beach day. You might not even have to walk across the deal.
I look forward to coming.
Thank you.
And one quick question. This area where you just walk up and grab a slice of pizza, there are tables and chairs there like there are now.
Yes.
Okay, so you can get it and just still sit right there? You
We
don't
kind
have
of,
to-
last year we had the opportunity to kind of do it as a test run, just to kind of, after the storm, we had no choice but to kind of redo a lot of the place. So what we did is, from up until 4 o'clock, you can sit wherever you want and walk in, if you want to get a sandwich, slice of pizza, just get a pie. And what we did is at 4 o'clock at night, we had all the waitresses come in and they basically dressed it all up with silverware and glassware, and they would actually give you menus and they'd come to the table and actually take your order. So probably, most likely, just kind of follow that same formula. Have a place where you can walk up and just, come and go as you please, and then maybe designate an area where you actually can get waitress service as well.
All right, thanks.
What would we need to do, what would be the next step for the council to actually expand his liquor license?
We could probably need an ordinance passed, I guess,
Resolution.
resolution, I'm presuming that the ABC's approved this, right?
I think you're acting as a local ABC board. We made a formal application for an expansion of the license. I think it's in your hands now.
Yeah, I think.
I think simply you need to probably debate, vote, public comment, and a resolution.
I'm not quite sure if there's public debate, but unless people wish to, but I think they should probably pass a resolution this evening approving it, and then memorialize it, and then approve it at the next meeting. Memorial Day is next week. Right?
Yeah, that would be our request. We would
What I would do,
request a vote tonight.
I'll verbalize a resolution, and then April and I will work on a resolution that we will memorialize next week, but at least it gives the approval this evening, and it's business operating before Memorial Day weekend.
All right, so we'll be adding that onto our resolution calendar for tonight, because it's not currently on our resolution calendar.
Yep.
Okay. Thanks. Anyone that's on the resolution calendar will be open for public comment.
Thank you.
Thank you, John. Next is processing of noise tickets.
Yeah, if I could just handle that. I had the opportunity to speak to Councilman Bean, and Councilman Bean had an inquiry about whether our ordinance requires an expedited process when a ticket is issued for noise, and that has to be brought within the court within 30 days, or 15 days, or 20 days. I had the opportunity to speak to the chief, and Chief and I are going to meet and look at whether there is a time period, or whether there should be a time period. Some municipalities have a time period in place when a court must hear noise ordinances. The chief has indicated to me that when a noise ordinance is issued, it is placed on the next court appearance so that it is expedited so the noise problem doesn't continue. What I'd like, when I talk to Councilman Bean prior to the meeting, I'll meet with the chief of police and then come back at the meeting, the next meeting for recommendation.
So the next meeting, the June, first meeting in June?
Yeah, whatever the next meeting is.
Perfect, thank you. Any other topics for workshop discussion? Anyone? No? All right. Next are petitions. Any petitions for the mayor and council? I don't see any. Reports of mayor and council. Council president, Brian, my governor.
That was one take, that's all. I'd just like to say my congratulations to Rose Korblack of the library, our librarian and her staff, for a very successful 100-year celebration. Also, the celebration was enhanced by the Historical Society, where many members of the Historical Society came dressed in clothing of the 1914, when the library was first opened up. Tom Burke, you came as a 1914 Yankee. Okay, very good. I mean, there were so many well-costumed Historical Society members to go along with this 100-year celebration. It was great to see two organizations in town work so well together. Silver Lake was treated with a herbicide last week, just as the algae started to grow. So we won't run into the same problem we had last year when we weren't able to treat the lake and it just got covered with the algae all season long. So that's not going to happen again this year. And if you know, 2 days ago, 6 baby swans, they hatched. They're swimming around the lake now if you want to go down there and check out the baby swans. Congratulations to the Recreation Department for a very successful dodgeball tournament. Our administration team participated, but we got swept 3 straight games. We went down faster than Sonny Liston did against Cassius Clay in the first fight. Okay? But all in all, it was a lot of fun. We enjoyed ourselves tremendously. Congratulations to the recreation staff. Finally, there was a large fish kill in Shark River. And to properly assess the extent of the problem, we are going to document how many fish died, the length and the weight of each fish. This important, tedious task has been assigned to the recreation staff dodgeball team. That's my report, Mayor.
Thank you. Brilliant report.
Thank you, sir.
Blackburn?
I have to follow that. I also would like to congratulate everyone who participated in the birthday party for the library. It was wonderful. I will expand on that. And congratulations to the Goodwill Fire Department. They were the ones who won the dodgeball game, and they did not play us, so that was good.
They just had to look at us and we lost.
The Historical Society is in the process of moving their items out of storage and back to their new museum. So hopefully that'll be finished soon and the museum will be opening. The Circle of Friends prom last Friday night was absolutely wonderful. All of the kids looked great in their gowns and tuxedos and suits. They all had a wonderful time, and it was the biggest event that they had held. So I saw Carol Campoli today, and she cannot thank Belmar enough for all of their support with the Circle of Friends. The Council of Churches will be starting a food drive tomorrow. There will be boxes around town. We're looking for non-perishable items, and all of the items stay in Belmar. Four of the churches in Belmar have food banks, so all of the food stays here and goes to Belmar residents. As was stated earlier, the Belmar Women's Club is having a luncheon and flower show on the 11th of June. You do have to purchase tickets no later than the 1st of June, and if you have any questions or are interested, please see Claire Dykey. The senior party is tomorrow, as was stated. It was stated that the governor would be here. Well, the governor, I guess, is afraid of the seniors because he's not coming tomorrow. So they have contracted with Charlie Cavello, and I understand that he sings Big Band era and Frank Sinatra, so we can all go croon with Charlie tomorrow. It's at DJ's at 3 p.m. instead of 11 a.m. here in the senior building, or in the community center. And that was changed to DJ's at 3 p.m. because of the governor's visit. So it's still down there. 3 p.m. tomorrow for the seniors. I would like to thank the DPW and all the volunteers on taking care of all of those fish, weighing them and lengthening them and stuff. You did a great job with trying to clean up the mess that we had. And last but not least, congratulations to Claire Dykey, our member of the year, or citizen of the year.
Councilman Bean?
Thank you, Mayor. Monday, May 26th, 9:30, Monument Row, Main Street, between 12th and 13th. The VFW will be giving a Memorial Day presentation. And then as soon as that's done, we walk over to the Doughboy statue for the 10 o'clock one. These are very short. I encourage everybody to come out. They are done great by the VFW, and I look forward to it every Memorial Day. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilwoman Nicolay.
Usually when I ask Mike Campbell, DPW, for an update of what they've done over the past few weeks, I get a lot of bullet points and lots of things that they're handling. And this time he just wrote, "We've been fishing and going to the beach a lot." Getting ready for the summer, and we will be ready. So I think that sums it up, along with everything else that they do in town. It's just looking spectacular, so kudos as always. Belmar Youth Club, the Junior Mayor's Ball will take place on Thursday, May 29th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. in Piano Plaza. This will be the evening before the Mayor's Ball for adults. There's going to be a very large tent in Piano Plaza. The night before on Thursday is for children from kindergarten to 8th grade. It's $5. It includes pizza, drinks, desserts, live DJ, and dancing. So you pay the door, and I highly encourage you to invite children. Oh, yeah, the pizzas are being completely, fully donated by Federico's, and the desserts, are being donated by Sweet. So that was very, very kind of them. And the money, as I mentioned, is going towards the Belmar Youth Club, so that's great. Belmar Rec, full year toddler time, registration is Thursday, June 19th from 9:30 to 11. Belmar residents are free and non-residents are $25. On to the Arts Council. Their crowdfunding project raised almost $3,000. That was the fundraiser where they were raising funds for the automatic door to the Arts Council. And that is, they're actually within a couple $1,000s of the total amount that they need. So if you can help, that would be great. This is the one of the last few items that they'll need to make the building completely accessible. And the current art show of black and white photography, the title is 11 Shades of Gray, is open in the Arts Council Gallery from Wednesday through Sunday, 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock, until June 6th. The next show, called Art on the Edge, opens Saturday the 14th. And very glad to hear that Matisse has opened in town. I have some friends who actually went there for Mother's Day and said it was excellent. So it's good to see more business in town. Thank you.
Thank you, Council. And to echo what you mentioned about Federico's and Sweet, they're both great businesses in town, donating food for, if you get a chance, go spend lots of money there. Anyone who's going to help us, things like that, we always want to encourage people to spend their money. Also, it's nice to see that Matisse reopened. They've been closed since Sandy. If you remember, they were on 13th and Ocean. Now they're going to be on 10th and Main. One nice development, you may have noticed, the awful, ugly, terrible, disastrous, other adjectives I can't think of, Ice House is finally down, next to Klein's. It's only taken 15,000 years, but it's finally down, so we're looking forward to something getting built there, but even if that takes time, to have that eyesore gone is significant. One thing we're going to have to take up soon is an ordinance, our ordinance regarding zoning. Right now, this is an only in Belmar issue. Right now, we have 3 exercise gyms. You know, the little gyms where people go and they either do kettlebells or Zumba or some type of thing. Well, they're all illegal. Evidently, you're not allowed to have a gym in the borough of Belmar, off of Ocean Avenue. Now, don't feel as though they're the only ones excluded. We also found out that yoga studios are also prohibited, as well as dance studios. So the dance studio that Claire Nike went to, we're going to arrest her. And the gym that I did the ribbon cutting for,
The Citizen of the Year, take it away in cuffs.
is awesome.
Even if I do it a little dance,
So
not do a tap.
we're going to take a look at our zoning because obviously it makes no sense. These are good businesses. I will tell you the one place on 10th Avenue took over for another gym that was there that took over for a custard place. So as much as we like custard, it probably is a healthier thing for our town to have places where people can go work out. We're going to try to take that up at our next council meeting. Right now, the way the zoning reads is it lists more things, it lists things that are permitted. When if you think about law usually tells you things that you can't do. So what we're going to take a look at are the things that we don't want in town, the things that we would prohibit. So, you know, who knows what businesses are going to come up through the marketplace in 3 to 5 years from now that we would want in town, but in fact they'd be prohibited because this council, or actually previous council, didn't have the foresight to open it up and allow people to open businesses that would be beneficial to town. So hopefully we'll have that for our next meeting, or first reading introduction on June 4th. But please continue to patronize those businesses. It was a mistake of the town, and it's no reflection on them whatsoever. But if you remember, a few years back, it used to be illegal to build a sandcastle on the beach. We changed that law, so we're gonna be changing more, that makes sense. That's all for me, for my report. Can we have approval of the minutes?
I move that the minutes of the regular meeting held on May 6, 2014 be approved as recorded, and that a copy thereof be posted on the borough's website.
Second.
Councilwoman Keeler Blackburn?
Yes.
Councilman Governor?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilman Nicolay?
Yes.
Mayor Darrell?
Yes. Next is our resolution calendar. First thing I want to do is I want to make offer a resolution that would expand the Dolce Vita liquor license.
You want to do it for you there, because
You want to word it?
yeah, council has graciously given me some of the affidavit of publication, so really it's an expansion of Loducci Vita's expansion liquor license, basically place transfer, expansion of premises of
Fusal.
Fusal, again, I'm French, pardon that, sorry.
Red
wine
I
club,
just
sorry.
wanted to be on my account.
Trading as La Dolce Vita, for the premises located at 400 Ocean Avenue, the seasonal retail consumption license hereto issued to Weasel LLC, trading as La Dolce Vita for expansion of premises located at 400 Ocean Avenue to include contiguous premises located at 404 Ocean Avenue, Belmar, New Jersey, including all of the points and arguments made by council at this evening's hearing. So basically that.
All right, well, I will offer to add that on to the resolution calendar for tonight, the non-consent agenda, just to have it on there. I just need a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so we're gonna add that on along with the resolution authorizing payment of bills and also the resolution on PJs. So now we're gonna have public session on the resolution calendar. If you have any comments or questions on the resolution calendar, just raise your hand, come forward, state your name and address for the record.
Thanks for hearing me. I didn't catch the last meeting on the subject that was the Dolce Vita.
Just first state your name and address for the record.
My name is Joe Diaz. I own 309 Ocean Avenue. My wife is here. She's from PJ. I also am licensed by the state of New Jersey for real estate insurance and title. At one time, I owned a restaurant in Clinton. I helped in Belmar. I helped in,
Sir, do you have any comments or questions on the resolution calendar?
yeah, I'm just trying to qualify myself a little bit. So when you
Yeah, this isn't a qualification, so this is just questions for the mayor council.
Yes, I just want to put a comment question. When Mr. Shipers lived there, he was a pair of eyes and ears watching us as neighbors.
Can't hear.
I said, when Mr. Shipers was the attorney living on the corner, we obviously felt that he had a vested interest not only as an attorney, but he lived there. He's now in Naples for the most part. I'm concerned that you don't close the door on yourselves, which means if you're selling a liquor license, you name the parties that own it, and when they renew it, you have to watch what they're doing, and that control of that liquor license, who's on it, has to be controlled. I don't know to this day who the entities are on the license. Secondly, when a party comes in, when an Amico gas station comes in, they pick a corner, they do their homework, and then in an application, they tell the town what they're gonna do totally. In this case, this gentleman came in, leased a small restaurant, and then moved to expand it. So we'll let that happen, he's ambitious. By the same token, I'm concerned that the problems I see happening down at DJ's, it's not his fault, sometimes ours. Sometimes when you stay out too late or you drink too much, things happen. When that resolution was passed by Mr. Shipers with his overseeing, one of the things they mandated, exactly what went on in that restaurant, where you would sit, your hours of operation, no outside chairs. And I'm saying, if you're not careful, we're leaving ourselves, I want to know, are we leaving that resolution that initially set that liquor license in operation the same way? Now, I'm assuming that you've enlarged the building by one time it gets done by at least 60% more capacity. And I told you, at night, in the summer, especially with drinking, things can get out of control. And I'd like to know that today. What is happening to that resolution that went over with a fine-tooth comb? Are we keeping that same resolution for how he used the license or where he used it?
It'll have the same restrictions as it did last year, yeah, nothing changed.
Mayor, just for your record, Mr. Shipers, on behalf of this client, have provided me with the ABC license, so this has gone up to the state and as well as gone to the borough of Belmar, so all the proper documents have been filed. So you can open this request.
Well, there's one more thought, rather than me doing the research, you had that more than me. I would like to know what changes were made to the liquor license resolution in use compared to what he has now, what he's gonna get.
Sure, we'll get that to you.
Your opinion on it would be much better than mine.
My opinion doesn't really matter, it's the vote of the mayor and council that matters.
This isn't about, Joe, it's not about changing the restrictions on the existing liquor license. It's about expanding it from the one location to two. So the restrictions are the same restriction.
Well, if you take a look at the typical liquor license, the one that Mr. Shipers drew up had a lot more restrictions than a typical liquor license in Belmar, because where you sat at the bar, how many people sat at the bar, not using alcohol, they had a lot of very nice restrictions. I have my neighbor Patty next, Gloria, worked on your group. She tells me she goes to sell a place, and for the tax we pay, she can't move it. So, secondly, I would like to know, if it was increasing tax revenue to the town, I can understand it, but my guess is that I probably pay more than they pay for the whole expansion. So I'd like to know what we're doing to generate more tax revenues by allowing this physical expansion.
That's not material at this point.
It's not material.
What's material is the reasons for the expansion, and the reasons for the expansion that's set forth in the record this evening. And the question is, do we have any grounds to object to the expansion based on the case law that's provided by Mr. Shapers? We do not. Plus, the other thing is, there's been recommendations and testimony that this is a good project for the borough of Belmar, and I think every council person, including the mayor, have expressed support for this. I can certainly talk to you. I know I spoke to you before the meeting. I can certainly
You
provide
close, you can do whatever you want. I appreciate your help. You close this portion now.
I'm not closing this portion down. What the question is you have the right to ask questions about the resolution that was read into the record. That's what we're doing. And so
Do
regarding.
we have time to discuss that before you finalize your final vote?
No, this is your opportunity. So if your opinion is that you don't support this and think the council should vote it down, then you can state that.
I'm an ex-science teacher, Fort Lee, New Jersey. I like to ask a lot of W's. Why, when, who? I don't have to look at him and not mad at him because I was an adversary to him. So I don't know enough about it. And there's things that I think we should pose. There's no rush. He's still gonna operate, he's got the season license. That gives him, how many, 6 months of operation? So there's really no rush on the liquor license change. Just be careful, I'm telling you. You see what's happening when people drink too much, stay out too late, and there's no need. He came into the business with not a buying a corner, he rented a little piece of food store. He was a good attorney, he expands, he wants to expand more. But there's no major investment out of his pocket, I don't see a big, but slow down. I don't think, especially now you have the waterfront built, a lot of things going on, like a better use of your funds and your development. That place is up to limits of where you can go. And let me tell you something, I told you, I own a restaurant, so I sell it. People are not nice at 12 o'clock at night, and they're not nice when they drink too much. And he's a single fellow with an elderly gentleman as a partner. What do they need all this revenue for? Well, they didn't buy, they spent $3 million for the corner lot. I'm asking just to be careful.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Any other questions, comments on the resolution calendar? Just raise your hand.
George Compost, 111 Third Avenue. Nick, I know this has nothing to do with it, but he donates to everything. The autism benefit, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, I mean, tons of sauce, pasta. I know some people say they just do it because his place makes no noise. Now, I love DJs, do they make a little bit more noise? I don't know, but it's a whole different operation. I live right down the street, and Nick is a great guy, a great neighbor, and I'll have to see this thing go through.
That's true. Thank you. Part of the reason why we have a tough time with our waistline in Belmar is because the Dolce Vita is lot of cakes. Seeing other questions, comments, I'll close the public portion of the resolution calendar.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. First resolution authorizing payment of bills.
I'd like to make a motion to bring out this Stabola. I
forgot to ask April
Oh,
earlier.
we do have two
Oh,
separate.
thank you.
So we'll do bill list number one, which is just for Stavola, and Councilman, you can repeat yourself, and then bill list number two, which is for the rest of the.
I'll offer a resolution for authorization of payment of bills, list number 1.
Second?
Councilwoman Keeling Blackburn.
Yes.
Councilman Bellman.
Yes.
Councilman Nicolay.
Yes.
Mayor Darrell.
Yes. Next is resolution authorizing payment of bills, list number 2. I'll offer.
Second?
Councilman Keeling Blackburn.
Yes.
Councilman Bellman.
Yes.
Councilman Dean.
Couple quick comments. We're spending another $5,000 on beach walls, doesn't make me happy. But also, we have more clients, 81, 80, 77, 72, 73, 71. I did ask to know who those clients were, just privately, just so I know who I'm voting on, and I was told that I have to open it to find out. So I did not have time to do my homework and get the answer. We just got this yesterday, so I'm going to abstain.
Councilman Nicolay.
Yes.
Mayor Darrell.
Yes. Next resolution, this is a resolution correcting a clerical error from the last council meeting. We apologize for it. This is regarding DJ's liquor license, the number 6 part of it. Occupancy is limited to 676 seated inside and 741 standing room only, as set by the Borough of Belmar fire official. We should have done this the last time, and it was our mistake we did. So I will move that resolution.
Councilwoman Keeling Blackburn.
Yes.
Councilman Bellman.
Yes.
Councilman Dean.
I have a question. Is it 676 seated inside or 741 standing room only?
Yeah, we're gonna change that to an or, so it's not at the same time, it's either or.
Yeah, it's not 1,300.
Right.
Okay, and is this included, don't they have an outdoor bar outside?
Does not include outside, only inside.
Is it only inside?
Fire marshal only deals with things inside the building.
Okay. Yes.
Councilman Nicolay.
Yes.
Mayor Darrell.
Yes. And the last is a resolution regarding La Dolce Vita's expansion of liquor license. I'll offer.
Second?
Councilwoman Keeling Blackburn.
Yes.
Councilman Bellman.
Yes.
Councilman Dean.
Nick, what time do you close? Liquor license.
Closed at 10 during the week, 11 on Friday and Saturday.
And I can't remember, I think when we go to reports on the alcohol, I can't remember any. Yeah. Yes.
9 years.
Yes.
And not only that, if you pass by 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock, there's 1 or 2 tables having an espresso, and we're just sitting at the bar waiting for them to pay their checks and go home to bed. That's the type of place we run.
Yes.
Councilman Nicolay.
Yes.
Mayor Darrell.
Yes. Congratulations. Look forward to coming there this summer.
Thank you.
Next is consent agenda. I'll offer the consent agenda.
Councilwoman Keeling Blackburn.
Yes.
Councilman Bellman.
Yes.
Councilman Dean.
Yes.
Councilwoman Nicolay.
Yes.
Mayor Darrell.
Yes. Next are our ordinances. First ordinance for second reading, public hearing. This is public hearing on this ordinance. Ordinance 2014-8, or -9. Ordinance amending and supplementing Chapter 5, Department of Public Safety for revised general ordinances of the Borough of Belmar, the County of Monmouth, New Jersey. This is open for public hearing. Any public comment on this ordinance? Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing for this ordinance. I'll close the public hearing and offer first.
Second?
Councilwoman Keeling Blackburn.
Yes.
Councilman Bellman.
Yes.
Councilman Dean.
Yes.
Councilwoman Nicolay.
Yes.
Mayor Darrell.
Yes. Next, second reading, public hearing, ordinance 2014-10, ordinance amending supplementing chapter 29, water sewer utilities department, establishing new water sewer rates and establishing a minimum usage. This is open for public hearing. If anyone has any comments, questions on this ordinance? Yes, Joe. Come up, state your name and address for the record.
This is the water rates. Joan Colonna, Way Street. It's a 15% increase.
Correct.
That's pretty steep.
Correct.
Can you explain why it has to be so much money?
We just went out and bonded for $5 million to fix water pipes because people were drinking brown water.
So this 15 is because of that 5 million. All right, that was my question, because it's just a steep increase.
Huge increase. I agree. Well, they will tell you that when you compare it to American water, in other towns, we're actually still less expensive. So it's still cheaper for us to have our own water sewer department as opposed to selling it. Yes, Dave?
Sorry, should have gotten up sooner. Thank you. Just a quick question.
Just name and address, correct?
Oh, I'm sorry, David Scheck, 302 C Street. You know, I tried calling Jersey American myself about this, and they put me on hold and just went away. So, can you ask them? It seems like when we switched from our own water to their water in the, I guess in the fall it is, all my fish die in my fish tank. There's been something in the water that's very bad for tropical fish.
David Schneck caused the fish kill?
Yeah, I had my own fish kill last fall, and I lost a lot of, expensive fish that, all just within like a week when they changed the water, all my fish died. So I tried to get an answer from them, and they just put me on hold and never came back. So maybe next time you're talking to them, you could ask them. I suspect it's a lot of chloramine that they're putting in the water. Maybe they could come back on that. I understand they've been using more and more chloramine lately, especially since Sandy, and it's wreaking a lot of havoc with tropical fish keepers. At this point, I don't even have the fish. I just have an empty tank. I'm thinking of restocking it when we switch back to Belmar water. Have we switched yet, or?
Are we on our water now?
Friday afternoon.
I'm sorry?
This coming Friday afternoon.
Oh, okay. But maybe if you're talking to those guys, or if you're talking to them, you could ask them about the chloramine. I understand from talking to the fish store that a lot of people are having this problem with Jersey American water.
I wonder if you should speak to an aquarist, someone that really is.
Yeah, they're talking about all these ionic filters and setting up all this stuff, and I don't want to be buying thousands of dollars worth of equipment to filter my water. Then Trop Aquarium was saying, oh, you can just come up here every weekend and buy water, or filter water, but, I'm not Gunga Din, I'm not gonna spend my weekend shoving water from, 75 gallons.
I have a beta fish, and he will die.
Well, betas will look at
I
anything.
put like the drop-in, do you do that?
Oh, I've used all kinds of stuff, and all kinds of chemicals. They sold me all this different stuff there.
I used just tap
I had a
water.
lot of problems, it's very frustrating. And we had a tiger angelfish that was just such a beautiful fish, and I was really grieved when it died. So maybe we can do something about that.
Thank you, Dave. See no other public comment, I'll offer and move for adoption, ordinance 2014-10.
Councilman Keeling Blackburn?
Yes.
Councilman Goodman?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilman Nicolay?
Yes.
Mayor Darrell?
Yes, next second reading, public hearing, ordinance 2014-11, ordinance, calendar year 2014 ordinance to establish, or to exceed the municipal budget appropriations limit and to establish a cap bank. This is open for public hearing. See no public comments, I'll close the public hearing and offer and move for adoption, ordinance 2014-11.
Second.
Councilwoman Keeling Blackburn? Yes. Councilman Goodman?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Real quick, this number, the 399,000, where do we get that number from? It's 3.5 times, do you know, top of your head?
Our CFO does this on an annual basis. You'd have to ask her.
Where that number comes from?
It's
I think it's based on the previous year's final appropriations, but I can get you more detail on it.
All right, I'm voting no.
Councilwoman Nicolay?
Yes.
Mayor Darrell?
Yes, that concludes our resolutions, ordinances. Next is public session. Public session is very simple. Just raise your hand. We can be called on. Come up forward. State your name and address for the record. And you have 5 minutes to talk about whatever you would like. If you want to talk about the Mets-Yankees split in a 4-game series, you can go ahead and do that. Yes, sir.
Peter Pyro, North Boulevard in Belmar. It took us a year to get a 3-party agreement together about lowering the lake when a storm would come in. A week ago Friday, the only pump that we had as part of that system was taken away by the county. There's no pump there now. We have four pipes that are either clogged or not functioning. Those are the supplemental pipe. And the one large pipe, spoke with Mr. Campbell and Franny times, multiple times, and the people at Spring Lake. It has brakes in it. They don't know where the brakes are. They put a camera down. Tried to put a camera down 2 weeks ago. They don't know where the brakes are. Right now, there's an excavation vehicle out there doing some effort to clear the line. The lake is up right now, and we're getting rain tomorrow. I'm a little frustrated. We thought we had something in place with the three-party agreement. It clearly is, I'm not saying anybody's fault, but it's just not working. There's no pump there now. What is the plan?
Well, again, it's a public comment for you, but I'm sure if you want to give your questions to the business administration, can you pass it for you?
We don't have a pump. Is there a pump coming? Is there a pump available? Is there a pump on loan someplace?
Right, again, if you have questions, that's what the business administrator for. If you want to wait till after the meeting, she'll stay here with you and talk about it.
We can talk right now.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir. You're ready.
Good evening, Council, Mayor. Rich Seidel, 2010 Surf Avenue. I think if people would go back to the meeting that we held, I guess it was May 6th, I raised several issues. The issues that Peter brought up regarding ownership of the project by Belmar. Okay, we get flooded, and I understand fully, okay, we can't really do too much unless Spring Lake moves ahead. I asked the council to kind of roll up their sleeves and get involved as to seeing what's going on with the lake. Again, everything that Peter said is true. We still are getting stonewalled from Spring Lake. Period. I mean, nothing's being done to kind of fix the problem over there. And we need the council to put pressure on Spring Lake in some fashion to get this resolved. That's all I have to say.
Yes, Mike.
Thank you very much. Claire Dyke, 1017 14th
Citizen of the
Avenue.
Year.
I just wanted to say I'm very honored to be named Citizen of the Year in this wonderful town. I share the award, the honor with all of the excellent, talented, caring people who do for this community. And to be in the same category as our wonderful George Comodas, who received the award last year, is really special to me because he never says no to anyone, whether he's working at DPW or he's around town. So I just wanted to say, this is a very, very special for me. I thank you implicitly for the honor, but I do share it with everyone in town who make this community what it is. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening. I'm Martha Maselko, 102 North Boulevard. I would just like to echo Peter and Rich's concerns about Lake Como and to let you know that a lot of people are concerned that no action has been taken. And I loved what you said last meeting, that nothing will stop us. So I hope Spring Lake will not be the one to stop us from fixing this problem. I think that if we take a stand on it with your leadership, I'm sure something can happen that will be positive. So I just want you to know, I'm echoing their concerns, and I think a lot of people have those concerns. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Jenny Seidel, 2010 Third Avenue. The tennis courts. I know the last I heard we were hoping to get money from FEMA to fix them. and the season's starting, and there were mess. Is there anything we could do to clean them up a little bit and maybe get rid of the weeds and give us some new nets? Anything that we could do would help. It's embarrassing, another, we play other teams from other towns.
Point well taken, and the business area can talk afterwards.
Yeah, if you want to head back.
Okay, sure, thank you.
Yes, Brad.
Brendan Reed, 109th Avenue, Belmar. Okay, a couple of items. First, regarding the points regarding on the Dolce Vita and the points made by Councilman McGovern's point about not having coffee and sundries available on the beach. Perhaps a suggestion for the council to consider is perhaps we could have a beach trailer or a beach truck that could sell those items. The second item, really the main purpose for being here, is I want to address the unfortunate decision by Councilman Dean to vote against granting free beach access to first responders. First, on that point, I want to thank Haley Barrett of the CoStar for reaching out to Tamari Petty of the Department of Community Affairs for correcting Councilman Dean by pointing out that the decision to grant beach access is determined at the municipal decision level. Second, I'm appalled that Councilman Dean would even consider voting against this resolution. Having served our country, he should have been the first to salute and honor and show our appreciation for the first responders, the police, the firefighters, and EMS, who are always here for us and who are never off duty. Like the Port Authority police who went through hell on 9/11, and the Mississippi State Troopers whose communities and homes were ripped apart by Katrina, and both of whom came to Belmar in our hour and weeks of need. In fact, Councilman Dean overlooked the benefit to Belmar with the free beach access. Because if, God forbid, anything happens to someone on the beach or the border or anywhere in the borough, I can assure you that the off-duty first responders will be right there to help. I know that because my son is a paramedic. He answered the call to go to Ground Zero on 9/11 while my wife, late sister-in-law, and I were evacuating Manhattan after witnessing the attacks on the World Trade Center. He was also on the scene during Sandy and the Seaside Park blaze. And it is the safest bet in the world that while he is here, he will be there to help. And if something happens, you can count on him. I do hope nothing happens while he and the other first responders are here in Belmar. They see and handle enough day in and day out. I also hope that the first responders who came to Belmar for Sandy will come back to Belmar under far better circumstances. To that end, I urge you, Mayor Doherty and Council, to extend a special invite to these first responders, along with the National Guard and their families and loved ones, so that they can enjoy our great community, what we have to offer, and whose recovery they help make possible. Thank you.
Sir, they retracted their statement. An article's coming out. I think Haley called me. They retracted it.
Well, the point is that you should stand up and do the right thing and vote to grant the access to the first responders because they deserve it. They're here for us. We should be here for them.
Seeing no other public comment, I'll make a motion to close public session and adjourn.
I'll second.
Just take a second.